Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Tales of Vesperia. I'm MysteriousJG. So we're gonna do one more video here of just trying to form a link between what I've already recorded and what I'm having to re-record because of an issue with the commentary track. So this is all. I will be seeing all of these scenes for the third time because I played through them once while not recording at all. Mysteries.
So, Yuri has a history too.
I'd like to know where all of you came from.
Where should
Well,
I start?
was torn from the boy of
I know what
Zeus.
you're gonna say, you big wuss.
He actually doesn't have that well documented a backstory.
I've done research in Aspia for a while.
Jeez, big shocker there. What about you, Judith?
Sure, all their history's pretty boring
I
except
lived in
Raven.
town before I met Bowel. Everybody called me a prim and proper little girl.
You got me kidding. Estelle, you grew up in the castle, right?
Pissed
Yes,
about that.
I spent all of my time in the castle reading books. I'm so jealous of all of you.
Your histories of not living in castles.
Doesn't anyone want to ask old Raven? I might have some interesting tales to tell.
Well, you never told us about your
In
past
case,
before,
old
back
man,
when we
I
cared.
think I've got a pretty good idea what you'd say.
My past might spin you for a loop and have you falling head over heels for me. You don't know.
I can't say you've established a lot of credibility so far as stories are concerned, old man.
Don't be so cold. Come on, let me tell my story.
Seriously, what the fuck? Raven was like the warrior in the Great War who was struck down in battle and had a surgically implanted Hermes blast your heart. He actually has a far more interesting backstory than anyone else, but nope. Well, Yuri could tell us his backstory, but then that would spoil the events of Tales of Vesperia First Strike, so we can't have that. So I'm gonna go in here and... I don't give a shit. There's a scene. The next video, I start skipping through a scene, then realize, oh wait, maybe I should actually voice act this. So I start voice acting it when we're already probably... No, we'll go ahead here. You talk to this doctor and stuff happens. Oh, hello. We've met somewhere, haven't we? Before. You helped us out back in Capital War. Did he? I don't remember that. This is back when you've been captured by Alexei. You can use healing arts. Oh, you can tell? All healers have a characteristic mark on the left thumb, from which the arts are released when they're used. But she's wearing gloves, dumbass. Here's a little dark spot. You can tell this from this. Doctors have to be observant, plus I'm a practitioner of healing arts as well. Grandma suddenly started feeling ill, and from this point on, I voice acted it in the next video, which I recorded earlier, because I realized that, well, never mind, it's not worth explaining here, because I think I went into a lengthy explanation of it there. But yeah, there you go. In the next video, I'll be like skipping through the part I voice acted. But now, between the two videos, you have a fully voice acted version of that scene. Isn't that nice? Yeah. So don't bother trying to keep up with this. We'll cover it in the next video.
Man, Arnie is just getting better and better.
Indeed,
freaking
a
rock!
town born from the Empire and the Guilds. I'm sure it'll be a wonderful city.
Though
A
it's
planned
shame it took
community.
world crisis to get them to work together.
Yeah.
Global threat brings people together. That's irony for you.
I think that's all right, though. They're finally seeing eye to eye.
The crisis now. I'm sure one day it'll just come naturally.
Yeah, crisis will just arise naturally. Anyway, okay, so I gotta be Rita, and I have to sleep at the inn a bunch of times. I gotta sleep at the inn. Yeah, Draki warns us that this quest is easy to blow up. I've now successfully completed it, once off screen and once on screen in a video that I had to trash, but still, it can be... You have to come in and out of town and sleep at the inn over and over to get scenes to spawn, so let's see how long this takes. I love this little piece of advice from Draki the Dwarf talking about the dog marking a map. If you pissed on most of the world, you get a scene on the west side of town. If it doesn't trigger, make sure you talk to the Doggrass Kitten, or just piss more. How often do you get to read in a game facts the advice, just piss more? Anyway. Pee more smoke. Smoke detector. What? That doesn't make any more sense. Piss more. Never mind. My name is OJ Pissmore. Okay. So I need to control Rita and check... Okay. I have to sleep in the inn once to trigger something. And then, well, maybe I'll try to do this first. I have to check this Blastia. I swear, this game, it's like, I don't understand how anybody can find all the side quest stuff. Because, like, you go over there and the scene doesn't trigger. You have to leave town and come back 8 times and circle the world counterclockwise, and then the scene will trigger. It has nothing to do with what you do, what does and doesn't trigger in game terms. The hospital and place to rest, the night. Now, we saw 5 beds in here before, 3 on one wall, 2 on the other. And now we've got the girls in here, and presumably the fact that Estelles are over there sleeping while Judith and Rita have a dialogue suggests that the girls sleep in separate rooms from the boys. It's just that we've already seen this place and there aren't 2 rooms. Just throwing it out there. Let's move on. Come to think of it, I forgot to ask. You said you were looking for a book. Why? You can't read, can you? Oh, did I say that? I was looking for a Roddy Doyle book. You can stop playing dumb, Judith. I'm not going to fall for it anymore.
He's my dad. He's my sister. He's my daughter. He's my sister. He's my daughter.
Huh? Who is? Hermes. See, I thought Hermes was going to turn out to be Rita's dad. Huh? What? I thought he was going to turn out to be my dad. What the? I mean, how? But you broke all those Blastia? She's been going around on a quest to break the Blastia that were designed by the guy who turns out to be her dad. That's basically what's happening, folks. We'll have to hurry up and finish this dialogue so that she can get her hair imbunized. I destroyed the Blastia precisely because it was me dad who made them. Me pa. Why didn't you tell me that sooner? Don't you think it's important to know? I don't really think the connection between Hermes and myself is that important, myself. So I don't. Sigh. You don't seem to realize the importance of sharing any of your knowledge. It's not as bad as fucking Raven. He knew all sorts of shit that could have helped us figure out the Antilochea and crap. I just didn't care. Or Don Whitehorse. Man, that motherfucker. Like, his whole... He was the head of the guilds, but more importantly, he was the minister of withholding information from the player. So you were destroying the Blastia your father's made to atone for his mistakes?
No, I'm hardly that noble. I was just trying to clean up his mess before anyone noticed. And charged me for it. I don't inherit his bills.
So what do you mean? So you weren't doing it for the planet, you were doing it for your father?
Yes, I guess so.
I can't understand how you could feel that sort of sympathy. I don't have a father, so ... You don't remember your father? She already explained this to you. He left right after I was born. There's no way I could remember him. Yeah, at least you waited around to see the baby. He probably wanted a son. Ooh. I hardly even remember what my own mother's face looked like. She was beautiful, but sad. I see. What's that? It's a keepsake of me pa, a thermoblastia, used to measure the temperature. He created some things that weren't harmful, too. Harmful to what? Hermes must have been really amazing to create new Blastia so easily like that. I never said it was easy for him. In fact, he had to kill me mother to make this Blastia.
You can have it.
What do you mean? Isn't it a memento of your father?
That's why I'm giving it to you. I hated him.
That's why you're what? I think you'd be a better person to have it than I would. I don't know much about Blastia anyway.
Don't you think it's better for the Blastia if you're holding on to it?
Wait, but why should I? I'm not holding on to your fucking Blastia. I'm not your delivery service, courier.
You should keep the Blastia. Think of it as for its own good. I might destroy it at any time.
But... Alright, how about we call it night? Ah. Good night. And don't let the bed bugs bite. Good night. And don't let the bed bugs bite. Feel free to give it a name if you'd like.
But, I mean...
Alright then, Joanna it is. Aww. Tee-hee, that's a cute name. I'm sure she's quite happy with it. Even though that's a male Blastia named Fred. Joanna. Come on, Joanna Leia. Canopus, eh? Need a character in Ogre Battle. Now, I'm meant to be examining this thing. Hopefully talking to this guy will help trigger that. If it doesn't, I guess I gotta fucking leave. I guess I gotta fucking leave. And come back until I can examine the damn thing. I have to, examine this Blastia in the middle of the city twice before I can ever sleep at the inn again. Because if I sleep at the inn again before getting those scenes to trigger, it's going to trigger other scenes and apparently fuck up my ability to get Judith's best weapon. I don't know that I have to control Rita as I do it, but Draki says to, so that's probably wise. Now you see, there's a guy over here. We're kind of running towards him now. That's a plot guy, and the fact that he spawned suggests to me that the city is reset and that I should be able to do this now, and I can't. Alright, let's go take care of this anyway. Drink of water for the working man here. I'm gonna have to do one of the most taxing voices in my repertoire. I love the way he disappears as soon as you talk to him before we fade into the... Master, so you were here in Ornian. Master! And I don't really do a good Master Asia voice. I guess I could try, but I usually do the other Master.
Yes, but I regret that I must set out again quite soon. I've been waiting here so that I could speak with you, you yellow wolf. Oh, me? I would like you to return to the Imperial Knights and provide support for the Taskmaster, Captain Sullivan, and Commandant Flynn as they do battle against Hulkamaniacs. It's the Master from the Dungeon of Doom that I'm doing, folks. Use the same voice in Paladin's Quest. To the critical acclaim of no one. Support for Flynn returning to the Knights? You gotta be kidding me. I've always thought that the Imperial Knights are a very precious asset go when they lost you. Master Drake, flatter me all you like, but it's not gonna change my mind. It's not flattery, I'm being sincere. What do you say, warrior? I'm sorry, but even if you offer to make me Commandant... Well, that's what I'm doing. You're gonna take off... Of course, you'd be starting off as an apprentice, but with your abilities, you'd make captain in no time. Otherwise, go back into the land of your young. Take this over. I don't want it. No, take it seriously. No. With Flynn as Commandant, the Knights will change for the better. Still, you are not interested. Was that stuffy spoil sport as Commandant? No thanks.
Oh, Yuri, Master, please accept my apology on Yuri's behalf. I'm sure I can convince him to serve the Dungeon of Doom. ...
Commandant Flint, huh? I can't say it doesn't have a nice ring to it. Yuri earned the certified soldier title. He's a certified G and a bona fide stud. And you can't teach that.
Now can I interact with this thing? No? Fucking... There'll be no rhyme or reason to it. Eventually I'll walk by this thing and it'll let me interact with it. Meantime, Dudiac Man should be over here now. Except he hasn't respawned, so I probably gotta leave the city again. And I'll have a million scenes that I have to play out by sleeping at the inn. I guess as irritating as these last sequences and side quest stuff you gotta get to play out in Ornian are, it would be better if, like, they spread them across every city in the world. I mean, it'd be worse is what I meant to say. Like, you have to fly to this city and sleep at this inn to get this scene, and then fly to this city and sleep at this inn to get this scene. Here's this dude again. What's he want to... Here comes this guy. What's he gonna do?
Master! The east is burning red.
Princess! You look well! You've grown into a strong young woman! I'm sure you've seen many amazing things so far in your journey, from the South China Sea to the shores of Waikiki.
Yes, I have, Master. I have so much to tell you. Recently, I saw the sea.
Can't really pretend I didn't know this was coming, but
I saw the sea. It was so amazing. Master, I looked into the sea.
Bobo's not here to enjoy this, but
I looked into the sea, and I just don't understand. I'd heard about it in stories, but it was even bigger than I thought. I didn't understand, Master. But that's not all. We took a ship out into the sea, and there was water in every direction, no matter where we looked. And believe me, I looked, and I looked into the sea, but Master, I just don't understand. And then we went into a nightmarish desert with nothing but sand for as far as the eye could see. It was so hot, it was unreal, the sunshine and all that. And I looked into the sand, and I thought I understood, but then, Master, I looked into the sea, and I just don't understand. And then there was a dreamlike city floating in the sky, and then, well, the sea and the lack of understanding, you see.
All those were new experiences for you, aren't they, Sullivan, my son?
Yes, I'm ashamed of how little I knew of the world outside of the castle. Especially when I found myself looking into the sea, and Master, I just didn't understand.
You still have much left to see. Don't let your journey end yet. Not until you have the insurance policy of the victor to use to summon the seventh wonder of the world to destroy Hulkamania with the strongest giant of all.
Yes, I'd like to look into the sea and understand and learn about many, many more things in the world as a member of the Imperial family.
Long ago,
I'm enjoying this, folks. I'm not sure that you are, but I'm having a blast here.
long ago, the emperors were the organized a regent expeditionary force to explore the world and maintain peace in the empire. And then he was destroyed by the shark attack. So you know, it is as if I'm looking into the eyes of His Highness Regent himself, and I don't like it.
Thank you, Master.
To make sure that you follow the right path, that is my duty as your subject, Princess.
Thank you, Master.
Stella earned the Worldly Adventurer title. She also earned the Looked into the Sea but Didn't Understand title. I don't know if you can even find that on YouTube. I think it was. I don't think it was from a pay-per-view. I think that was from WCW Saturday Night. So it's probably not. It's not on the WWE Network. I'm afraid that the odds that you will actually be able to find a good video clip of Kevin Sullivan screaming at the Master, "I looked into the sea, but I just don't understand." Not that great, but oh man, it wouldn't mean that much to you unless you've got nostalgia for it. But man, now I want to like stop recording and go find that video. Now can I look into the blasty over here and maybe understand? No, son of a bitch. And I can't frickin' sleep at the inn. That's the other way to get new scenes and stuff to click over. Per Draki, if I do that, I'm going to break the whole thing. So all I could do is keep leaving town and going back. And like I'm slamming the button, we didn't even actually see the outside world there. This is worse. Last time on screen, didn't take this much effort to see this. Now there was a scene with Kaufman, the Guilds of Merchants lady, that just didn't want to trigger, but this wasn't as much of a problem. I'm pretty sure the only thing I can be doing at this point to make progress with this storyline, this Brionac, the Judith's ultimate spear, other than her Fey arm once its power is unlocked. I think I gotta do this next. Here we go.
Is this a bear?
Sorry.
Is this a barrier blast here too? It's not activated, but ...
Even if it's not working, maybe they want to leave it here as a symbol of protection for the city.
I think I figured it out.
Why there's a barrier blaster here, even though there was no city here?
Oh, what did you figure out? Did you look into the sea and understand? Why I like Blastia, that is. For me, Blastia are like my brothers and sisters.
Okay. Your brothers and sisters?
I didn't have a father when I was growing up, and my mother died when I was young, so...
Yeah, so sad. It's a bit heartless, but for some reason it's been coming up a lot in the last couple of videos.
But Blastia were always with me, even when no one else was.
So that's what you mean by brothers and sisters. That makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
And my knowledge of Blastia developed as I grew as I did.
You see, she was around other people. You know, I don't know. Aspio seems like it might be a bit of a sterile academic environment for a child, but still, her friends were Blastia.
Maybe that's why I always felt so close to them, and why I got so mad when they were broken.
Yeah, game, we know that Judith used to break Blastia. I mean, no one else is saying anything. We didn't have everyone having word balloons that said ...
But I'll have to be saying goodbye to all those Blastia soon.
You sure will. Brothers and sisters can't be together with you forever. Someday you have to leave them behind and move on. Well, I mean, technically you don't, but I suppose typically you do.
Someday, you say?
When you find someone who's even more important to you. Otherwise you end up with Millennia from Kicker Deception 2, and you have incestuous relationships and children. And we don't want that.
Yeah, I mean, this is a Japanese game like that one was. Maybe it's okay. I don't think so.
But just because you're separated from them, that doesn't mean the important link you have with them is broken.
Morning has broken like the first morning.
Maybe you're right.
And just because you're apart,
that doesn't mean that you have to forget how important they are, how much you love them.
Estelle, Judith, I'm so glad you're here. Fuck those guys back there, though. They're useless. And Rita, you found a lot of people who care about you very much, isn't that right? And you can't teach that. Well, we've got a long way to go before you're as good as the Blastia.
whatever. A long way to go. That was kind of halfway between Judith and the Irish voice.
Apparently so. You're terrible, Rita.
This is how you repay my love, you shrew. And he shoots her right through the heart.
You're so annoying, and you're the worst of all, old man.
Go to bed, old man.
Maybe someday Rita will learn how to take affection gracefully, but I doubt it.
I don't think it's so bad.
I mean, I think it's one of her cutest treats.
Yeah, we don't have to deal with it every day. Like, well, I guess you do.
Maria, I'll be back.
I'll be back. Start off and naming Blastia whenever she wants to. Doesn't she know that Blastia should only be named during business hours?
Seriously, Daryl, what the hell does that mean?
I think it's a very cute game.
Thank goodness that scene was a bit shorter. Now we gotta keep sleeping at the end until a specific scene triggers involving Kaufman, and then we can go somewhere else and actually get the weapon, the Whopper. But we got this scene first, which I had a lot of fun with last time, but now I can't remember half the jokes I made.
When faced with a daunting foe, they often betray their comrades and save themselves.
I find it easier when it's voice acted. I can just throw in the odd riff. Who are you talking about? Like humans, I know, but it sounds like he's getting ready to go after a specific nationality or
They gain
something.
more power than they need, and grow overconfident once they have it.
Yes, I'm speaking of gerbils.
This had been my understanding of human nature.
But now I'm kind of into them, now that I'm one of their ghost slaves. Okay.
Humans are quite interesting. They become distrustful once betrayed.
Let's betray them and confirm my theory.
One moment they may slander a friend, and the next be moved to feelings of love.
For an enemy of their former friend that they've slandered and made an enemy.
Their hearts may grow more compassionate, or be lost to depravity. Truly puzzling creatures.
The really fun ones have hearts that grow compassionate about depravity.
Oh, here comes the blowhard.
It's dizzy.
All of that makes them dangerous. How long long until they are drowned by their thirst for power?
I'm impatient for them to be drowned by their thirst for power. How long?
How long until they betray all those dear to them in their struggle for supremacy?
I don't know. Give them a couple days.
When they stand before a mighty enemy, will they keep their resolve?
I don't know. I can't resolve to answer. That was... Oh, hey, is this thing gonna talk? We never got to hear it talk before. I guess not.
Do you not believe in them, Sylph?
I don't not. Wait.
I had a joke. It's lost.
I wished only to convey the delicacy of the situation.
Yeah. You're trying to get us to turn on the humans.
Should they ever become too great a nuisance, we need only burn them to the ground.
What kind of ghost slave are you? You're a rebellious ghost slave. That's what you are.
It seems that the conversion to spirit form has not tempered our leader's fiery wrath.
Imagine, turning him into a flame demon has not tempered his fiery wrath.
Nor has there been any change in the optimism that so characterized you, Undine.
Yeah, well, you know what? You're still a bitch, Sylph.
And you remain every bit as cautious and careful as you ever were.
Aw. That's... I guess she's cautious. Whatever, I don't know.
Has not that fear kept you in constant concern over the catastrophe in the sky?
Hey, somebody compliment Gnome for still being cute and silent, I guess.
Aren't you afraid of the constant catastrophe in the sky, huh? Chicken, bwok, bwok, bwok.
It was all the Intellicheia and humans could do to seal it away 1,000 years ago. The humans have said that as spirits we possess the power to defeat it. However...
They're lying to us and murdered us and turned us into ghost slaves. I'm not that big on them.
Say no more. Speaking it out loud will only further increase your worry.
Instead, silently swallow down on your fears and let them be realized.
We are a new power that will form the cornerstone of this world. The Adephagos is nothing.
Someday we shall rule the world.
We may possess enough power to defeat the Adephagos once and for all.
Or we may not.
But all our work will have been for naught if the humans cannot face this threat.
How do you figure?
Do not forget that it is the mortals who must use our powers against the Adephagos.
Because we are their ghost slaves.
Did you not place your faith in their hands?
Seriously, what kind of fucking conniving bitch are you? You're the one talking about them betraying trust.
As there are no others to whom we can turn, I will entrust them with our final hope.
We tried to entrust the dogs, but they just kept being everywhere and licking themselves.
Then be content to stand by and watch over them. Believe in them.
Believe in Yuna.
And again, I gotta stop referencing Believe in Yuna, because that's actually from Final Fantasy X-2, which I haven't played yet, although I planned it. Well, I mean, I have played it. I have an LP to that should be the next RPG.
I too await the day when I make known my full power.
Dude, you got like a murder hard on, and you need to stop. Also, Gnome speaks up.
Speak, Gnome. If you have something we should know.
He just did.
He says we are left to make one of two choices.
Bullshit. You don't know what he said either.
Perish along with this world, or entrust our powers to the humans.
I think he said we are left with one of two choices, stuffing or
They
potatoes.
may be fragile, but their hearts burn with a determination to live. I will stand with them.
Wow, you got all that out of... When he went... The subtitles should have said, "Now is the time for all good men to come to the aid of their country."
Do you mean it, Gnome?
That's not what I said. She totally made that shit up. All I did was go,
He says I too share their desire to go on living.
Oh, seriously, bitch, he didn't even say anything in addition to what he said last time. Stop adding shit to what he said. He didn't say that.
That is the life for those who grow old and die. We must live as suits our nature.
We're not here for a long time. We're here for a good time. So live fast, die young, and leave a good-looking corpse, and then turn into a ghost slave.
No. Like them, the oncoming catastrophe could sow the seeds of our obliteration as well.
Basically, we're fucked no matter what.
No. Let us too struggle for as long as we can, as the humans do.
Gnome's like, I'm not even sentient. I'm like some kind of dog creature. Now is the time for all good men to come to the aid of their country.
Goodbye.
I guess Gnome just told them, fuck this, I'm leaving the Entelekea forever. Or is she saying goodbye to us, the viewers at home? Whatever. And we gotta keep staying at the fucking inn 100,000 times before the right scene triggers for us to continue the Bryonac thing. Damn. Sometimes the music triggers right away before the screen goes black. It always gives me hope. Oh, hey, hey, hey! Oh, excellent. No, I had to stay at the inn, come in and out of town like 6 fucking times to get it last time. But this actually is the scene we want, so it's all working. I guess the fact that last time I got the scene with the you look at the barrier blastier that doesn't work, that happened the first time. I guess at some point they just make you come in and out of town a bunch of times. But, you know, this is great. This is great. Last time I was like in and out 100 times.
Good morning. This town's gotten pretty cozy.
Now I'm wondering, like, I feel like I did show this off.
Am I sure this is one of the ones I didn't get with commentary?
Never mind.
Good morning, everybody.
Now, is Judith still asleep?
I mean, is Judith still asleep? Am I still wearing my fake mustache?
She wasn't in her room.
Top of the morning to yous.
Well, I'll be off. Sorry I couldn't be any more help, but I am glad we put the tensions between England and Ireland behind us.
No, not at all. It was important that the tit-for-tat killings and the troubles ended. Thanks for your time. See, she briefly got a Northern Ireland accent. You had business with the president of Fortune's Market?
She just came to give me an update on something I'd asked her
about a while ago.
So we did.
You mean you asked her about something you asked her about? You mean the spear that was taken from you back in Gasfaros?
Aye. The spear that you used to destroy all that Blastia. So you've been looking for it. There's plenty more Blastia to be destroyed.
That was a pretty nice spear. So did President Kaufman tell you anything useful?
No, but she made me promise to vote for her in the next election cycle.
There hasn't been any news as far as spears out on the market are concerned.
Yeah, Kaufman personally knows of the sale of every spear. Then again, I guess this world has less than 100 people in it, so...
So she said it might be a good idea to try and track down the bloodlines. The bloodlines, eh? I wonder if they had another base besides Gasparos.
So do you want to look for it? Wait, why am I Irish now? Nah, that's okay.
Really? But you were so intent on finding it.
Yeah, but it's reached the point where it might not be worth the trouble anymore. I mean, we got the Fell Arms. All we gotta do is beat Duke, unlock the power of the Fell Arms, and in New Game Plus, should we choose to do it, it won't be that useful anyway.
The Adafagos isn't going to wait for us while we look for it, you know?
That's true. The Adafagos will wait for us to do all sorts of other side quests. I see. Well, if you really don't mind, then we don't have to look for it. Anyway, we're all together. Shall we head out?
Yeah.
She really does still want to find it, folks. Alright, so I believe at this point I can go get the Bryonac, and then... Wow, there is still more scenes that they want you to, Another scene between Judith and Rita. The Drake stuff. Oh, we gotta wander around as Raven, too. I don't... You know, if in the next video I do this... Oh, no, I didn't mean to do this! Oh, I'm gonna trigger a scene I don't care about to watch. Okay, no, I've talked to him. So we're good. Whew. Almost had to click through a scene. That would have been a shocking tragedy. So another scene...
You're still reading that book, that Roddy Doyle book. I just got into a really good part.
Stately plump Buck Mulligan.
Phew, your dad really was a great man, right, Judith? He was sweet.
Why do you say that?
Hermes had already deduced how elemental spirit conversion could be used. Yes, it's not hard to believe that someone as smart as he was would have been able to accomplish that. But not as something to use for the disasters they were facing now, but rather as a possibility for the far off future. Long after humans have been wiped out,
Oh, that's cheery.
and probably after the Antilochaea themselves are gone from the world,
The Antilochaea are already gone. Ba'ul's the only one left. We killed the rest.
when the planet Tersa Lumiries is approaching the twilight years of its life.
If man is still alive, if woman has survived.
All air on the planet will undergo spirit conversion through mana. Well, whatever. I mean, but right now, quite unexpectedly, spirit conversion is being done by human hands. And they're all wearing gloves. Even though people, the world itself, aren't ready for it to happen. Now we have to find a way to continue to do all those things.
Those things the people have used last year and here for so long to do that they take them for granted.
Yes, but this book goes into great depth about the intricacies of air.
So Rita's not interested in talking about our current problems. She wants to talk about the heat death of the universe, apparently.
If I use this and what I know to do some experiments with elemental spirits, ... I might be able to come up with the methods of creating a new type of glacier, one that doesn't use air.
Setting the table for a sequel that to date hasn't occurred.
Really? These formulas are a little bit complicated, but I think I'd like to give them a try. A high-output model like a barrier blaster might be impossible, but I can make really shitty low-output models, like Rick Martel.
Oh, that's not fair to Rick Martel. I shouldn't say disparaging things about him. It just shows my own arrogance.
Anything is better than nothing, right?
Well, it depends on what that anything is. If it's a roast beef sandwich from Arby's, big knock on Arby's out of nowhere.
Yes, of course. I'm sure you'll be able to do it, Rita. I'm so impatient to get started. Maybe I'll just try an experiment or two right now.
No, don't rush. We have to stay in tip-top shape for the battles ahead, you know. And there's lots of side quests left to do.
Yeah. Well, good night. All right, maybe some sleep might be nice.
Some sleep might be nice.
So... can't remember where he populates, but we gotta find Estelles Master one more time, so I get one more chance to do the silly Master voice. Not the young Master voice. Because the young Master, Junior, talks like every little boy character in every Japanese game ever. Here we are.
Oh, this laziness can't be good for you, Schwan. Aren't your skills getting a bit rusty?
How rude. My name isn't even Schwan. My skills aren't getting rusty, tarnished, or anything else.
Then perhaps you'd be willing to go around.
I'd be willing to buy a round. Oh, you want a rumble? Oh, you're right. Come on, man. You didn't even try to defeat you. You don't have to surrender.
To think that Schwan old terrain could be bested by an old codger like myself.
I told you I'm not Schwan.
Well then, have it your way.
Have it your own.
Alexei was a very capable man, but he was too single-minded and lacked personal magnetism.
Whoa. I gotta throw a flag on that. Alexei had a huge army of people single-mindedly devoted to his purpose, even though he was clearly evil. I think he had personal magnetism. Like, after he'd summoned enough air to turn the lower quarter into this hellish mass of transformed monster vegetable tissue, they were still totally loyal to him. I'll bet that wouldn't even be news to the former commandant himself. Wherever he is. It's hot down there.
In contrast... it's not odd. In contrast, Schwan had a very human personality. He was made of the right stuff to lead others.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Because he was such a born leader, there was something that I wish to pass on to him. But if he's died, then I have no one to give it to.
What's the thing you wanted to pass on to him?
The Imperial Knight's strongest arcane art. The technique that was used to wipe out so many monsters at once in the Great War, and to defeat Hulkamaniacs.
Wow, really?
Besides Schwan, there's no one else in the Imperial Knights worthy of carrying on this legacy. I may end up taking it with me to my grave.
What about Flynn? Doesn't bother you that such an amazing technique would disappear from this world? Regardless, I'm not Schwan after all, so... Dark, I must reveal the truth. I am Schwan's... brother. Wah, wah, wah. Oh, excuse me. Sheesh, you really expect me to believe that tripe? So I'm asking you, old man, would you pass that technique on to me in place of my dear brother?
Alright, Raven was it? I shall bestow you with the Imperial Knight's strongest arcane art in place of your brother, even though you're pissing me off by abandoning the Knights. Make us proud.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I hope I don't have anything to worry about.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeesh, would it be a whole lot easier? Wouldn't it be a whole lot easier to drop this Raven thing? What do you mean? After all, I'm Raven. Who's this Schwan guy anyway? Well, it's not like I carry the way. I'm kind of there with you, Yuri. And now I think we really and truly do need to just get out of here, go to Kara Bokram, which is actually where the last Brian X scene is. And then, yeah. I think then we really and truly are done. Other than the... Jesus Christ, it's like almost 4 hours of Mass Effect that I'm going to have to redo. We should be caught up with all the stuff that I recorded and had to scrap because of the fact that my commentary track didn't record. So, although we got distracted with some other stuff, the last dialogue relating to Judith's spear revealed that, no, it's not worth it. Longer time to use a holy bottle to bypass this thing that will to kill them. But, yeah,
Are you done already?
we're supposed to go looking for the Blood Alliance, or whatever they're called, and as it turns out, they're here. I don't know why we know they're here. But this place, by the way, you might remember from way back when, was a level we went through during the point in the plot where we were still trying to track down the Aqua Blast. That tells you how far back we go to get here. So, I gotta give these guys voices.
Ever since we lost Barbos, we've been absolutely pathetic. What's more, the Blood Alliance got tossed out of the 5 Master Guilds.
If the boss hadn't sold this city to Alexei, we would have had a strong guild presence with a respectable base stronghold here.
Thanks to Alexei's damn blasting experiments, we're stuck in these wretched ruins.
At least we got one good piece of booty. That damn Dragon Rider's spear. I hear the spear's pretty famous. The old man at the smithy said so.
Who dare set foot inside our hideout and casually wander in while we fail to notice?
Wait, aren't you Barboses? That spear!
Wait, these kids. They're the little punks that beat the boss at Gas for Rust. Well, what? We haven't done anything wrong.
Everything we did, it was on our boss's orders.
Crap, let's get out of here.
Hold it! Leave that spear!
What?
Wait, buddy, you were running in fear. Why are you now, like, stopping to negotiate? Either drop the spear and run, or try to keep it and run. But either way, run.
That belongs to one of our members. We can't let you have it.
You too.
Oh, no. That spear is our...
What's that? You ready to fight to defend it?
Damn it.
And Soundwave drops the spear to join Megatron and Rumble.
There you go. Really, you're giving this to me? This is the spear that destroyed all the Blastia, you know. It's important to you, right? Weren't you looking for it? Besides, the Blastia are destroyed now. There's not a whole lot to be done. And the rest of them are all going to be destroyed, too.
This is the spear of my oath.
The oath that no matter how hard it got, even if no one understood or wanted to help, I would continue in my quest, Baul.
This is the spear that I held aloft. While Guan Yu and Liu Bei held up their weapons, and we pledged to defend the heart.
They swore on this spear, a symbol of the bond between Baul and me.
Then I had a little daughter named Jin Kai.
Well, so it's really important to you. I'm not really that interested personally, but...
And you were just going to give up on getting it back? Thanks to you all, I've learned that you can have a bond with someone without any physical objects to back it up. But Judith, you should never have to forget feelings that are important to you. You can't just give up on them. I'm sorry.
Judy! I don't think you need to be apologizing here. Let's go get us some well-done New York strip steaks. Sorry.
You're right. Thank you, Rita.
Yeah, I don't make her roll her R's nearly enough for a stereotypical Irish accent.
Don't mention it. I was just running my mouth, that's all. Really, thank you.
The Irish don't really roll their R's all that much. There's not that much R rolling going on with the Irish. Obtained Bryanak. And Bryanak is Judith's best spear at this point. It will be her best spear until her Fell Arms power is unlocked. I believe. I might be wrong. Ooh, there we go. I am now caught up. Yeah, so like almost 2 hours worth of Tales of Vesperia footage went to waste. About more like 4 hours of Mass Effect footage went to waste. But back on track, at least with Tales of Vesperia. Mass Effect, I've got some re-recording to do. Unless I have to do post-commentary because I can't find a save slot that lets me go back and replay. I don't really know. Anyway, folks, that's it for now. When we come back, content that will be new for me and you, gentle viewer, for the first time in a long time. I'm the MysteriousJG. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.